Imagine holding a stone in your hand, cold, heavy, and rough. To us, it may look ordinary, almost meaningless. But to our ancestors, this very stone was life itself. It was survival, it was protection, it was food, and in many ways, it was the spark that ignited the long journey of human civilization. What if I told you that some of the tools created thousands, even millions of years ago, were so advanced for their time that they still leave scientists speechless? Tools so clever, so precise, that they challenge everything we thought we knew about early humans. This is not just about stones and sticks, it is about the first inventions that shaped humanity's destiny. And when you see how intelligent, how surprisingly skilled our ancestors were, you might start asking yourself, who really were these ancient humans? Were they simple cavemen struggling to survive, or were they thinkers, dreamers, and innovators beyond what history books ever told us? The story of ancient human tools begins not with metal, not with fire, but with stone. Imagine the world millions of years ago, a harsh, wild earth where predators roamed freely and survival depended on instinct. Early humans had no sharp claws, no thick fur, no wings to escape danger. But they had something else, a mind capable of turning nature itself into a weapon. The first stone tools, discovered in East Africa, are estimated to be around 3.3 million years old, older than the genus Homo itself. That means, even before Homo sapiens, even before Homo erectus, some mysterious ancestors were already crafting tools. Think about that for a moment. A being we don't even fully understand yet, chipping away at stone with purpose, creating the world's first technology. These tools were not random rocks. They were carefully shaped, sharp-edged cutters known as flakes and cores. With these, ancient humans butchered animals, cracked open bones to reach the nutritious marrow inside, and cut through tough plants. It may sound simple, but this innovation was revolutionary. For the first time, humans weren't limited to what their bare hands could do, they had extended their power through tools. That single leap separated them from the rest of the animal kingdom. And even today, when archaeologists uncover these crude yet intelligent tools, they marvel at the thought, how did such early beings figure this out? Was it trial and error? Was it instinct? Or was it the beginning of human creativity? As time passed, these tools evolved. By around 1.7 million years ago, during the era of Homo erectus, a new kind of tool appeared, the hand axe. Imagine holding an oval-shaped piece of stone, sharpened symmetrically on both sides, fitting perfectly into the hand. This was no accident. This was design. Hand axes were versatile, capable of chopping wood, digging roots, cutting meat, and even hunting animals. What's astonishing is the perfection of their shapes. Across vast regions, Africa, Europe, and Asia, these tools look nearly identical. How could scattered groups of early humans, with no contact across continents, create such similar designs? Some scientists suggest this points to something remarkable. A shared intelligence, a kind of blueprint in the human mind that guided innovation even in isolation. Think of it this way, if you were to walk into a modern workshop, you would see tools designed with precision, hammers, knives, chisels. Now imagine going back over 1,000,000 years, and finding a stone tool so perfectly shaped, so balanced, that it looks like it belongs in that same workshop. That is what the Acheulean hand axe represents. To this day, experts debate whether its symmetry was purely functional or if it reflected a sense of beauty, a primitive form of art. Did early humans not only seek efficiency, but also create something aesthetically pleasing? If so, then art itself may have begun with stone tools. Thinking. Foundation. When we look back today, it's almost unbelievable. Simple rocks transformed into instruments of survival, designed with intelligence, foresight, and maybe even a sense of beauty. These tools remind us that our ancestors were not ignorant or primitive, they were extraordinary. And even now, thousands of years later, their creations still leave us stunned. They still challenge our understanding. And they still make us wonder, how much more is hidden beneath the earth, waiting to tell us who we really are? If the first chapter of human tools was written in stone, then the next was written in bone, wood, and eventually, metal. Each step revealed not only survival but something far more profound, the unquenchable thirst of humans to innovate, to improve, and to control their destiny. The story of ancient tools is not just about objects, it is about imagination. And the more we uncover, the more extraordinary the story becomes. Picture a world where the great mammoths still roamed the earth, where saber-toothed cats lurked in the shadows, and where survival demanded constant vigilance. Humans had already mastered the stone hand axe, but they needed more. And so they turned to what was around them: bones, antlers, and wood. From these humble materials came some of the earliest spears and digging sticks. Archaeologists have found wooden spears dating back over 400,000 years in Germany, so perfectly balanced that modern javelin throwers admit they could still be used in competition today. Think about that, tools crafted by hands long gone, yet engineered so well they could rival modern sports equipment. Bone needles followed, piercing through hides and stitching together clothing that protected humans from the brutal cold of the Ice Age. These were not crude improvisations, they were delicate, purposeful, and precise. They reveal that humans weren't only thinking about survival in the present moment, but also planning for the seasons ahead. Every puncture of a needle was an act of foresight, and every stitch a declaration that humanity would not be defeated by nature. Then came fire-hardened wooden tools, fishing hooks carved from bone, and intricate harpoons designed to catch fish. These tools marked the first time humans began to truly dominate their environment, bending rivers, forests, and animals to their will. For the first time, food sources expanded, and communities grew stronger. Each invention was like a light in the dark, illuminating new ways of living. But the true leap forward came with the control of metal. Imagine the awe of the first humans who discovered that certain stones, when heated, transformed into something harder, sharper, and more durable than anything they had ever known. Copper, bronze, and eventually iron, these materials reshaped the destiny of humankind. With bronze tools, farmers could till the earth more efficiently, harvest crops faster, and build sturdier shelters. With iron, hunters and warriors wielded weapons that changed the balance of power. Villages became cities, and cities became civilizations, all because of tools. Today, when scientists study these ancient tools under microscopes, they are astonished. Wear patterns on stone blades show evidence of advanced uses: cutting wood, processing plants, even crafting other tools. Some tools bear microscopic polish that suggests repeated, careful use, as though the ancient owner cherished and preserved it. And sometimes, buried deep in caves or riverbeds, tools are found alongside artwork, paintings, carvings, symbols. This suggests something extraordinary: tools and art grew together, hand in hand. The same minds that chipped stone into blades also painted animals on cave walls, also dreamed of stories larger than life. And here lies the ultimate revelation: tools are not only about survival. They are about imagination. Every chipped stone, every polished blade, every carved bone was a dream made real. Tools represent the moment thought became action. They are the bridge between idea and reality. Without them, there would be no architecture, no medicine, no exploration of the stars. As we stand today, surrounded by technology so advanced it feels like magic, it is humbling to remember that it all began with a single stone, struck with purpose. That was the first spark. And even now, when we hold those ancient tools, we are holding not just objects, but the story of ourselves. They remind us that humans have always been creators, always been thinkers, always been dreamers. So the next time you see an old stone tool in a museum, don't dismiss it as just a relic of the past. See it for what it truly is: a masterpiece. A message from an ancestor across millions of years, whispering that we were never simple, never primitive, but extraordinary from the very beginning. And perhaps the greatest mystery of all is this: if tools from the past can still surprise us today, what wonders might future archaeologists say about the tools we are creating now? Because in the end, tools are not just about shaping the world, they are about shaping us. And from the first stone axe to the technologies of tomorrow, they tell one continuous story: the story of human brilliance, born in the simplest strike of stone against stone.